Spoiler alert, Season 2 of House of the Dragon laid the framework for the gruesome naval battle that will take place in Season 3. The conclusion of House of the Dragon Season 2 largely served as a preamble to the highly anticipated explosive Season 3. A number of events were set in motion that will immediately tie into the upcoming episode of the program, including the appearance of Sheepstealer from House of the Dragon and Daemon's reaffirmed allegiance to Rhaenyra and his army of Riverlords. No one can dispute the sense of expectation it builds for the story of House of the Dragon Season 3, even though many are disappointed with the lack of spectacle and forward storyline advancement in the climax. A developing conflict in the Dance of Dragons is possibly the most thrilling tease. A crucial development concerning House Velaryon has been hinted at by the introduction of new cast members and the shifting of chess pieces across the board, hinting at the lethal conclusion of House of the Dragon Season 3. Welcome to Movie Spy. Season 3's Battle of the Gullet is set up by House of the Dragon. The House of the Dragon will host a deadly naval battle early on. This particular battle, which is referred to as the Battle of the Gullet, is one of the pivotal events in the Dance of the Dragons that causes the war to intensify. The Battle of the Gullet was heavily hinted at in Season 2 of House of the Dragon. Early in Season 2 of House of the Dragon, Corlys Velaryon informed Rhaenyra Targaryen that his navy would establish a blockade across the Gullet, indicating the beginning of the fight. A vital point for maritime trade heading to King's Landing is the Gullet, a section of sea that flows into Blackwater Bay. As a result, throughout the conflict, King's Landing residents had to travel with less food and supplies due to the siege of the Gullet. As the populace of King's Landing grew restless, Aemon Targaryen, in his capacity as Prince Regent, devised a scheme to end the blockade by forging an alliance with the Triarchy. The free cities of Myr, Lys, and Tyrosh formed the Triarchy, an alliance that had battled House Velaryon in the first season of House of the Dragon, the War for the Stepstones. Tywin Lannister reaffirmed this agreement at the conclusion of House of the Dragon Season 2, as a fleet of Triarchy ships sailed toward the Gullet. In addition to showing Corlys Velaryon and Alan of Hull returning to the blockade, the Season 2 finale of House of the Dragon introduced Abigail Thorne's Shirako Lohar, an admiral of the Triarchy. The Battle of the Gullet, which is expected to occur very early in the plot of House of the Dragon Season 3, is hinted at in these sequences. What takes place during the Gullet battle? One of the bloodiest naval battles in Westerosi history is taking place. The preface to the Battle of the Gullet revolves around Aegon and Viserys, the offspring of Daemon and Rhaenyra, in an intriguing way. Aegon and Viserys were transferred to Pentos, where they could be protected from conflict, on a ship known as the Gay Abandon in Season 2 of House of the Dragon. The Gay Abandon comes into the Triarchy fleet on its way to Pentos. On Stormcloud, his little dragon, Aegon, escapes, but Viserys is captured and held as a prisoner of war. The Triarchy fleet attacks the Velaryon blockade shortly after, attacking from both the north and the south of Dragonstone. Before Jace Velaryon takes off on his dragon, Vermax, the fight rages. Vermax starts destroying multiple ships, but the sailors of the Triarchy are used to fighting dragons because they fought Caraxes in the war in the Stepstones. But Ulfwhite, Hugh Hammer, Adam of Hull, and Nettles, the new dragon riders of the House of the Dragon, join Jace. Parts of the Triarchy fleet are destroyed by the Five Riders and their dragons, but not before crossbowmen hurt Vermax and kill Jace. Even after Jace dies, the fight rages long into the night. A portion of the Triarchy fleet assaults Driftmark, destroying Spicetown's dock and seizing High Tide's Velaryon fortress. In the end, the Triarchy fleet is pushed back by the Velaryon fleet and Team Black's dragons. Just 28 of the 90 ships that left Essos are still there, and a third of the Velaryon fleet is lost. Although the blockade is maintained, Prince Jassie's slain, and thousands of people are lost in the combat and sacking of Driftmark, leading both sides to view the conflict as a failure. Changes to Fire and Blood. How the Battle of the Gullet differs from the book House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon has altered many aspects of the Battle of the Gullet in comparison to Fire and Blood, the prelude to the A Song of Ice and Fire book series. For instance, whereas Fire and Blood portrays this as Otto Hightower's plan prior to his removal as the Hand of the King, in the show it is Aemon's idea to pursue an alliance with the Triarchy. As for the Triarchy itself, in Season 2 of House of the Dragon, Shirako Lohar is portrayed as a female admiral, despite being a male admiral in Fire and Blood. Rhaenyra Targaryen will probably be the subject of another distinction in House of the Dragon's Battle of the Gullet. Rhaenyra discovered the wild dragon Sheepstealer in the Vale after the conclusion of House of the Dragon Season 2. Sheepstealer was already being taken by Nettles, another dragon seed, at this point in Fire and Blood. Nettles and Rhaenyra's characters have been combined by House of the Dragon, which suggests that in Season 3, the latter will probably participate in the Battle of the Gullet.